Today we are preserving potatoes and green beans. We're going to be pressure canning these together. The green beans have already been washed and snapped, and then just go ahead and peel your potatoes, and I give them another good rinse. This will just help release some of that starch so it doesn't siphon out in your jar. I'll place 7-quart jars in the oven at 220 degrees, and I leave these in for 15 minutes. I will go ahead and add water or a chicken broth, whatever you prefer. I did add some chicken stock to this, so this will be what we top our jars off. I have it going on low, and now it's time to prepare our canner. I do have the All-American canner, and it calls for 3 quarts of water. And don't forget to add a splash of vinegar. This will keep your jars from becoming cloudy. And go ahead and turn that on low. We don't want that to come to a boil. Just turn it on low. And go ahead and start layering into your hot jars. I just do a little layer of potatoes or green beans. Doesn't matter which one comes first. Just layer in a few at a time. All right, now that my jars are filled, I go ahead and take my hot broth and place it into the jars. You're going to put the liquid up to 1-inch headspace. Once you get all the liquid in, you're going to use a tool, a debubbler or wooden skewer, whatever you've got on hand. I try not to use any kind of knife or anything like that just because I don't want it to scratch my glass, the jars. Just run that through each jar, and sometimes you may have to top it off with a little bit more broth to bring it to the 1-inch headspace. Then I take a paper towel and put a little white vinegar on it, and then I just wipe each rim really well, make sure there's no residue. These jars are hot, so be careful. And then I place my lid and ring, fingertip tight. And I just use one hand. I don't grab it and twist or anything like that. Just one hand, fingertip tight. And place this into your hot canner. Once all the jars are placed into the canner, then I'll go ahead and run an oil of whatever oil you want. I run it on the inside of this canner. These don't have a seal. They have a metal-to-metal seal. And so we don't have to worry about any kind of rubber band or anything like that. And then go ahead and place the lid. The arrows will line up. And I just check for my even spaces all the way around. And then I'll start tightening on opposite sides. This first round, I just kind of get him up there and just gently or slightly tighten. And then I'll go back through and tighten a little more. Turn my heat up onto medium to high heat, and once this starts to vent a steady stream, I will set a timer for 10 minutes. All right, it is now at a steady stream, so we start a timer for 10 minutes. All right, the 10 minutes is up, and so it's time to place our weight. I am placing mine on a 10-pound weight for my altitude. And then I just keep my heat on about medium-high. I know this is how my stove works. And we will wait till it builds pressure to 10 pounds. We're right there at 10 pounds pressure, and our weight is starting to jiggle, so we will set our timer for 40 minutes. My time is up, and so I turn my burner off and just simply let that pressure go all the way down to 0. Don't try to remove the weight or anything. Just wait until that is completely down to 0. Pressure gauge is all the way down to 0, so now it is time to remove the weight. Be sure to use a glove. We're going to let that just vent for a few minutes, and then I will loosen the lid. Okay, we can start loosening the wing nuts from opposite sides. Always make sure that you open this away from your face. The steam is very hot. Remove your jars from your canner, place on a towel, and let this sit for 24 hours.